All the glory, all the praise goes to Father Yahweh, Son Yahweh, Ben Yahweh, the 7 archangels, and the 40 million sign angels. Barakatah, hallelujah, or you can say 400 million sign angels. Barakatah, hallelujah, on this 57th episode of the YV, Yah Vessel podcast show, King Y Vessel, aka Yah Vessel, on the so-called Sunday, July 24th, 2022. And the title gonna be, you already see the title because it's live, called No Reparation. And before we get to that, my poetry, all my poetry is on allpoetry.com. I do poetry 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. 90% of the time, just do it and stuff. Before we get to the reparations, Yahweh told us that this was gonna happen when we came into America. That we're gonna be hated without a cause, and we're gonna be spat on for no reason. We're gonna get killed just because they can do it, What you call the racist pigs. Before we get to that, I don't want to spoil it. Ain't that new on breaking news and stuff, my breaking news, but it's basically the same thing I talked about before. And basically, it's the same shit happening every day. People getting killed, somebody breaking into somebody's house, they beating up older people, and younger people getting killed over abroad and stuff like that. So it's pointless talking about that. The same thing happened over and over again. Happened last year, this year, and today and tomorrow. It's gonna happen because of judgment. Judgment's on this place, and judgment's on this place, and same old and stuff. Now we got to take things into consideration, and you gotta stay focused and don't get caught up in drama and bullshit. You got to stay humble and be kind to your fellow brethren and stuff. And because things are happening with a blink of an eye, your third eye, your peanut lamp, and your Bina light, because you're connected to the universe and the plant world, and you shouldn't worry and stuff. You shouldn't tarry. You shouldn't haste. You shouldn't want the Most High to hurry up and do this. That's tarrying, hasting. You trying to rush the Most High. Yeah. And don't get caught up with people talking about the Most High name ain't Yahweh and stuff like that, and his son and ain't Yahweh being Yahweh. That's a distraction. And them people gone. They could be considered 2/3 because they follow the leader, but they don't want you to follow their type of person, but they follow some type of elder, and they call them Yahshua and Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Yahuwah, and all that stuff, and Ahia and stuff. I ain't going to even get all about that today. And some still call them Allah and stuff like that. You do what you must. You do what you must. Let's get to this. Let's get to reparations. So-called black individuals, stop begging the the so-called Caucasian folks, your counterparts, for jobs and stuff. Quit begging them for jobs. Quit begging them to be in their area, in their little suburban area, in the area that they participate in and stuff, marathons and all that shit. And stop asking for reparations. You're not gonna get reparations. I talked about this 2 years ago on my course on allvoices.com about reparations, but you're not gonna have that. Just begging for reparations. Still taking the slave now for reparations and stuff. Quit begging these countries for their reparations and stuff. You're not gonna get reparations. Now you thinking, oh, they had gave some reparations. No, they didn't. They ain't get a so-called Navy Indians no reparations. They gave them a little land and casino, but they gave them a piece of it. They gave them small pots. If they robbed the Indians and stuff, they robbed the Indians, robbed their women, and raped their men and cut their penis off and called us smoked sausages. Did you know about that? I don't see why y'all eat that shit anyway. But people say food don't taste like it used to. It don't supposed to taste the same. Because nothing in this world is real. It's a stage. It's fake. It's a stage. It's fake and stuff. It's a stage and it's fake and stuff. Yeah, it's a stage and it's fake. And then some type of spirit controlling this universe. I mean, not the universe. This surface called Earth. Because Lucifer, Satan, he's up he's on below. He ain't above and below. Well, you can't say he's above and below, but he's really below and stuff. And but what it basically is that just because you've been serving slavery for 400 years doesn't mean you're gonna get reparations. You're not gonna get reparations. I don't know who talks that shit. I will say name, but not today. Quit begging these folks for equal opportunities, and see y'all on that damn integration shit. And I ain't gonna mention that clown name either. Y'all on the integration shit. The segregation shit. Yeah, the integration shit and the segregation shit. Separation was the best thing that was gonna happen to us, even back in the 60s. And stuff. Separation was the best solution for black people to have their own land and have their own, and eat their own apple pie and stuff. But you got to blame some of this on the so-called Caucasian folks too, because they didn't want that to happen. As long as we buy from them, they were safe. They felt safe. They felt that they could depend on you to buy their product. That's why they want you to have your own land and stuff. It was gonna work at first, but the white supremacists and CNN and the so-called Jewish people didn't want that to happen. With the Jewish people, so-called Jewish people, the synagogue, the Zionists, the rabbis, own the media. That what the mean the media. The means meaning the scripture mean the media and stuff. But some people gonna beg the difference, and who cares? They 2/3, or they not in the truth, or they Gentiles, the evil Gentile, not the 10% Gentile, the 90% of Gentiles. Yeah. It was always when we gonna get this, when we gonna get that. Quit begging them. Start your own business. Be an entrepreneur. Support your own kind. So you say you support your own kind. You don't support your own kind. The only way you're gonna support your own kind when them white folks kill one of your folks, and then you want to stick together then. Cause I'm gonna go raw today and rugged and rough today. Cause black folks gotta get it to their thick head. You ain't shit to these crackers. You're not shit to them. You ain't but another nigger to them. They look at you as another nigger, but in person, they added this sincere and genuine and shit. No, they not. They doing that shit. That's a cover up. It's a front with these Caucasians. The racists one now. We not talking about all white folks. And white folks so damn sensitive. They thinking if you talking about white folks, you talking about all white folks. No, we talking about we talking about 90% of them. And y'all are the devil. But your forefathers, they was devils too. That's why they failed you. Your Caucasian forefathers, the Romans, the British, the British and the Canadians and stuff, with the Confederate fake ass flags, fighting for a flag, talking about the flag belonged to such and such. Yeah, y'all stole the shit, and the symbols belong to the Jewish people, which they stole our identity. But you can read my book for that, called The Holy Bible Given to the West, my ebook. It's $30 on Lulu.com, and go to the search engine and type YAH'S and find the rest of that information out. Quit being too cheap and quit being too proud to buy books. All that shit you trying to find out, you can't find it on Google. Sometimes read it in a book. If you want to tell so-called black people the truth, put it in the book, because they don't want to hear that. They want to hear this internet shit. They want to hear this. They want to hear it from a so-called Caucasian man, because he gonna speak soft to them. They don't want to hear it from me because they know I'm too hard on them, which I should be hard on these black asses. I'm hard on these white folks too, the so-called Caucasian folks. I'm hard on them Caucasian hunkies too, and them so-called rabbi bastard children of Satan, because they the bastard children of Satan, the bloodsuckers. They the bloodsuckers. Yeah, the Jewish people, so-called Jewish people. Because they ain't got no better on my back. They got better on white folks' back. But they ain't got no better on King YAH'S, a.k.a. YAH'S back. We can get that correctly right now. Let's get it correctly. Now they got better on 90% of the Caucasian and everybody else back. They control them. They don't control me. They don't pay me a dime. I know they're gonna be sensitive too. How could you say that? But shout out to United States. Oh, let me talk about this right quick. My weekly statistics for the week. This time I got a new audience listening to me now. United States download went down 3 points. It was 19 out of 16. I guess they got sensitive because I talked about how parents suck today. Parents suck today equals weak in America. They didn't like that shit. The parents didn't like that shit. And probably the so-called Caucasian parents didn't like that shit especially. I bet they didn't like that shit. Then you got so-called black individual parents. The parents of them, mom and dad they don't like it either because they want to be white so bad. And then how come when so-called black, it's bad enough so-called black people trying to act white. Then you got so-called Asian people. When they get down here, they try to act white. When so-called Arab people get here in America, they act white. Then you got so-called Mexican people get to America, they start acting white. And then because you know why, they start putting blonde in their hair. That's that's Hollywood shit. When celebrity put blonde in their hair, they submit to their master. They submit to Satan. They submit to the Jewish mafia and stuff, the Masonic people, the skulls and bones. Then you got these motherfuckers. Then you got the motherfuckers so-called Latin people. They get here in America, they act white. You get so-called Indian people here, East Indians or West Indians. They get here, they start acting white. Then you got the so-called African people, so-called African individuals, so-called Jamaican individuals. When they get here to America, they start acting white. It's just something about America is whitewashed. It's something about America when they get here, like a spell come on there, and then all of a sudden they think they too much for so-called black people. So-called African people hate black people for no reason here. They might don't hate them in Africa and all that shit, but they sure hate them here. They see a black person, because Caucasian folks condition these folks, watch out for them those people. Let's put it that way. Watch out for those people. They mean so-called black people. Watch out for them niggers. They talking about so-called black people. They say watch out for them yeah so-called black people. When they say those people, these people, those people, they come out black folks. When they say watch out for them niggas, so-called black people. Watch out for them thugs, so-called black people. Watch out for them gangsters, so-called black people. Watch out for them terrorists, Muslim people. But the fake Muslims that's here in America, they had black folks too. When so-called Muslim people get here, or so-called Islamic people get here, they start acting white. The so-called Saudi Arabia people get here, they start acting white. But when in their own country, they don't hate black folks. But when they get here, they start acting Caucasian all of a sudden. And so-called Caucasians they don't got no power here like you think. They answer to the synagogue, the so-called Jewish people, the Zionists, the rabbis, the Polish and Turkish, so-called Polish and Turkish, the so-called Azanastis, yeah. Yeah, when they get here and shit, they start acting. Yeah, the real Muslim people, they don't hate black people. The real Muslim people in Saudi Arabia and Mecca and shit, they don't hate black people. They love black people because they know black people are the chosen children of Yahweh. The so-called black people is the chosen children of Yahweh. They know that the real Muslim here, they act too Caucasian. So-called Islamic people act too Caucasian. Islam ain't nothing but the modern day Arabs. Islam was black at one time too. They were dark skinned at one time too, but they would see the ham though. They want to see the Shem. Yeah. But you're expecting these reparations for these so-called, you're never gonna get it, black folks. Get it to your dick head. You niggas ain't finna never get it. And I ain't sorry to being harsh on you. You need to be harsh on you. We've been preaching and teaching this shit so long, even on poetry, radio, or YouTube. We preach this shit so long, and you niggas still don't get it. You niggas still want to hug these criminals, the so-called racist pigs, the police, special ops, which is the CIA, by the way. You want to be so cool with these folks. I ain't telling you who you can't be friends, who you can't be friends with, who you can be friends with. But most of the time, you've been friends with the evil Caucasians. Everybody want to kiss these white folks' ass, but these white folks don't got power like that, like you think. Spiritually, mentally, or physically, they don't have power like that. That's the lie they've been telling y'all. You've been lied to so long. Gentiles never ran anything. Then the white folks never ran anything. They only own 40% of slaves. So they ain't running the damn thing. So they tell you they didn't have power. They tell you answer right there with the slave trade. They didn't have power like that, like you think they did. They didn't have power like that. They only own 40% of slaves, and the so-called Jewish people own 75% of slaves in the slave trade. When they traded with the African, because the African was the last one that sold us. The first one that sold us was the so-called Arabs. And then I will say the middle, who was sold us to the slave owners and slave masters, but you gotta read my book on that, read my ebook on that one. Because I went into more details about it. I ain't gonna go into details here. Nah, you gotta buy sometimes, you gotta pay sometimes and stuff. You gotta pay sometimes to know the details. I'm just telling you the bits and pieces. That's how it's supposed to be. That's why Yahweh revealed things little by little, but he revealing everything this year. But it's not over now. It's not over. He gonna reveal everything. He revealing most things, but it's way deeper than you think. It's just like we almost in a dream. It's like we all in a vision, just spinning around. We just stuck in that so-called, we say dream, but so-called dream. We stuck in that matrix. We're still in the matrix even more until it's over, and it's not over yet. It's the most things gonna be revealed that you never seen before. This y'all want to look at that. Y'all want to look at the aspect of Hollywood. Let's see if they're gonna expose itself. I'm gonna wait on that, and then when you're shot, and then you still support them fools. But we talk about some spiritual things. Get out the matrix, and get your mind right, and start hanging around too many people, and get focused on yourself and do things the right way, the spiritual way, and the righteous way. That's too boring. That take too long. But over here, it's faster. You can make that. Well, them quick dollar got you killed, and then when you get them quick dollars, you ain't gonna be happy. You ain't gonna be happy. You ain't gonna be happy 6 months. Yeah. And okay. Yeah. Yeah. Why y'all keep begging for reparations, black folks? They beat us to death in slavery. They beat our forefathers to death in slavery. Our forefathers tried to warn them, but our forefathers failed us too. Because they were so scared of they were so scared of the so-called slave owners and slave masters. See, the slave owner wasn't there so much. The only time he was there to collect his money, get a slave master the checks. That's the only time he was there. That's the only time he was there when he collected the slave master to get the checks. And he supervised for a minute, then he gonna buy a bid and be happy with his own plantation. I know you didn't think I didn't know that. Oh yeah, I know that because I talked about it in my books. But I'm just telling you specifics of it. But I ain't telling you the whole story. Now you go find that out on my book. Get purchase one of my books. Stop being cheap to buy it. You'll go pay for magazines with these entertainers or these new angles and these celebrities drama and scandals and shit. They fake ass marriage and shit. Because a lot of times people like Clyde Davis and Leo Cohen and stuff, they hook them folks up together. They ain't hooking themselves up. And then why you think they want these celebrities to stick to their own? They want celebrities to stick to another. Why they think one celebrity sticking to another celebrity? I'm sure a lot of celebrities want to go with regular people. A lot of them. And then at the same time, you working for somebody. You're not. Yeah, all them cover stuff. That's fake. That's a scam. It's all a show. That motherfuckers behind closed doors, they fucking with transgenders. You go fuck with that Bessie boy, that he boy, that he she. Hollywood is full of shit, and Hollywood ain't to talk about no more. Nobody understand Hollywood. They paying attention to regular folks like on TikTok and Instagram and poetry. People think it takes money to be successful. No, it don't. It takes work to be successful. The money come later. It's you be worried about paying your bill. I kind of worry in a way, but I kind of say shit. It take time. Let the universe decide what I should do. And that's how you get favored by Yahweh. He reads your telepathy. He knows your mind. He knows your spirit. But your spirit is asleep with him in the spiritual world. I said that the other day when I did the topic called Are You Walking in the Light? Because if you ain't been through this journey and you ain't been through trial and tribulation and you ain't been put to the test and been challenged and you never seen Satan before, the Most High ain't with you. He's not, Most High Yahweh is not with you. All these people talking about they've been preaching the word for 30, 40 years How come you never seen Satan in your vision? Or you say dream. You say dream, but I say vision. You should at least seen Satan at least twice. Because you're not deep in the spirit. You deep in your philosophy. You deep into the elders. You deep into what man said. You're not deep into what the Most High said in scriptures, and some things are spiritual. You're not gonna find everything out on Google. You're not gonna find everything out in a book. But if you want to talk about black history, put that in a book. Dave Rockefeller said it best. Although he was a Zionist, so-called Zionist, a bastard child of Satan. Dave Rockefeller said, if you want to tell people the truth and tell the people the truth, put it in a book, because they don't read. And he right, but he's an evildoer. Well, he dead now. Yahweh took him out. Okay, that's the same guy that had transplant liver, transplant liver, and to stay alive at least 5, 6, 7 times. He ain't did nothing to kill a so-called black person, took their liver and organs and put it in his body. Cause that man was dying. That man was dying 30 years ago. He stayed alive, killing some homeless man. He has hired somebody to kill some homeless man, probably a spirit or a portal, and a portal killed some homeless black man. They transplant out their body, they put it in his body so he can stay alive. They do this type of thing, human trafficking, cannibalism and shit. I talked about this shit a long time ago. That's how I came up. That's how I got viral when I talked about unnecessary, talking like this right now, and talk about cannibalism. That's how I went viral independently and stuff. You go by 1 minute, then you go down the next minute and stuff. But I guarantee you they'll mention it again. If they don't mention it right now, they'll mention it later on. Who is this guy? Who is that guy? Who is that guy? Who is this guy? You'll find out when you go to Google.com. Yeah. Yeah, I might do an hour on this. We got some things to talk about. I said I want to go longer today, and I'm live. It's like when I go live, I get more play on live than pre-record. Pre-record get played too, but I go on live shit, and people all over the world listen to me and stuff, and I appreciate it. Like shout out to Brazil, shout out to Denmark. I hope it's black folks listening over there in Denmark, or so-called Jewish. Well, they can listen too, but the word ain't for them. Spirituality ain't for them, and righteousness ain't for them. Nah, evil is for them, and hate and brimstone is for them. A place that they're gonna be in for eternal for them, cause they automatically going to the brimstone. And ain't no forgiveness for them, cause they stole our identity. But go into detail. I'm gonna go read that ebook, go purchase that. Shout out to Denmark and shout out to Israel. Probably black Israel listen to me or whatever. Probably some youngers. Yeah, shout out to y'all. Shout out to certain people down there in Brazil. Shout out to people down there and certain people down there in Denmark. And shout out to some of them down there in Israel. And I hope y'all get my book, cause my books in Denmark and Israel too. My first book, Change Truth into Reality, is in. You can buy it online in Denmark. I forgot what that site called. And you can buy it in Brazil, Denmark, and Israel. And the book purchase available and stuff. Yeah, Brazil got some beautiful women down there. They kind of question. They definitely them, but yeah, you got some obese women, but not many. It ain't. They all obese. They Americans, because Brazil women, they petite, got nice shaped body. They got prostitute area, but they got some good Brazilians out there you can get with to wipe them up and stuff. It's better to wipe them up there than down here, because down there, the man got the advantage overseas. See, in America, the woman got the advantage. And that's why that's why the real Hebrews, the black Hebrews, the real so-called black people, the real Hebrews, the 1/3 should leave America. And if you want to get a woman, you need to go overseas. America, it ain't gonna cut it in America. America's too wicked. Our black women gone down here in America. You can't tell them nothing. I don't care they claim they good girls, college girls, PhDs or whatever. They're not good. They just good for fun. And it's a shame to say this, but they just good for fun. They're not good to wipe up. I wouldn't recommend no young black men, no young black male, no black man, period. No matter the age, the old, the young or old. If they single, don't get with a woman in America. Just hit them and quit them. Just have fun with them, talk to them, see where it goes, but don't marry them. Don't go to them so-called courthouses and damn churches and stuff, because you ever make the worst mistake in your life to marry these women in America. Any one of them. I don't care if they're young or old. Young or middle age. Young, middle age or old. Don't marry none of them, whether they black, white, Mexican, Hispanic, Asian, whatever. Don't marry none of them. Just have fun with them, and that's it. Have fun with them. They think I'm saying just hit them and quit it. Yeah, we know. Nah, it's just better to have fun with it, because if you try to get with them, wipe them up, you finna waste your time. You finna go through some shit. I ain't saying you can't go through no shit, but you're gonna go through hoops and holler to maintain a relationship and marriage. Now you're gonna lose like that. You're gonna be wasting your time, and then you're gonna end up miserable. You're gonna end up drinking a lot. You're gonna end up you might end up smoking crack if you ain't careful. Then you're gonna end up sleeping with prostitutes all the time. I know this shit. I know this for a fact. I ain't never went through it like that, because ain't no woman running me crazy like that. They'll run a man crazy, talk about so and talk about stupid shit. That'll run me crazy. Man, I would have told that mother, I've been, whoa, I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. They'll run a man crazy, talk about nonsense. Talk about something on television, talk about they friends and all that stuff. Talk about what they seen on their phone, what they discover on their phone, which is bullshit. Oh, they want to watch Netflix and shit. Man, that'll run a nigga crazy every damn day. That'll run man crazy. That'll run me crazy, I know that for sure. I ain't gonna go to no shit like that. Hoops and holler. And then when you do that type of shit, it's gonna seem like, damn, I had to do all that just to make a relationship work. And you'll see how much it is a waste of time. Nah, give it a week or two. If it don't work in a week or two, get out of there. All that wait for 6 months, a year, 5 years, you stupid. You're gonna be wasting your damn time. And then y'all don't have contact that much, y'all don't have communication that much, you're gonna be wasting your damn time. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, what they speak on, whatever, what they do on this and that. You wasting your time. And I'm telling you, wasting your time. You wasting your damn time. And men begin to wake up on that shit. The real men. They woke up they went to sleep as a boy, waking up as a man. Did you get it? I said something like that line right quick. Yeah. Let me repeat it one more time. You went to sleep as a boy, now you woke up as a man. That's something, man. That's something to think about. That's something to think about. That's something to think about for real. Hey, that's something to think about. Yeah. I don't care what nobody say. That's a waste of time. But yeah. Black folks, you gotta start crying about this shit, about reparation, where we gonna get our land and stuff. What you want them to buy you land and then to live in it? You think they gonna sit up there and buy you land where you wanna go, and you just gonna live happy ever after? That's fairy tales. The only way you do that, you do it by yourself. Or you got some faithful partner or somebody gonna be on your side no matter what the situation. You broke a pole, or you got money and you finna be you becoming a multi-millionaire or something like that. I'll try to think of something else. And then I don't like jobs that you gotta answer to a woman about everything. I don't like jobs like that. You gotta answer to a woman. That's almost like the feminist movement again. You're answering to a woman at a job. That's why I can't take these jobs serious. That's why I'm glad I'm doing what I'm doing right now. Because these jobs, you gotta answer to a woman. That's something I would never do, answer to a woman. I can't do no shit like that. These jobs now, like the Walmarts and the corporate business, you answer to a woman now. Because we got our right to damn do things too. Yeah, women, you're in the forefront, but you don't own the damn place. You just in the forefront. And I said that, I explained that shit on Facebook a long time ago. So I knew that shit was coming, so that wasn't no surprise to me. And stuff. These jobs, you gotta answer to a woman. Yeah, because they bitched about we want equal share with the man, but when women don't realize them jobs ain't gonna pay you, they still ain't gonna pay you. They still gonna pay the man more because men built this damn nation. They're not gonna pay you like you think they're gonna pay you. You still gonna be struggling with them bills and stuff. But then the same type said they didn't need a man, and now they crying. They crying right now. They do that shit to me sometimes. I need somebody to help me. I need a man. Oh, now you need a man. No, you strong with independent. Remember, you was strong, independent. You with the feminine movement. We don't need men for this. Men must pay for this with their ways. Everything we did, the reason why we're doing it, because it's the man's fault. Wow. And now you kind of waking up to believe that you need a man now. Nah, but you say you didn't need one. And now these men leaving your ass alone. Men leaving your ass alone now. Yeah, oh, now you're alone. Now you need a man now. Oh, you need a man now. How that working out for you being single and alone with them damn baby-ass kids? How you feeling now? How that working out for you? In your 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s and 70s. Take care of them kids by yourself. And they get so damn angry because they got to take care of them kids by their damn self. But you didn't need a man. Remember you told her you didn't need a. Remember you told us you didn't need us. We weren't worth shit. We just there to collect the bag out of our pockets, collect the money out of our pockets. That's all we were worth, wasn't it? But I don't want to do it like that too long because this show about no reparations, and I named it for a reason. You're not gonna have reparations in this country, black people. Stop crying to them damn folks. You're not gonna get it. We built it, but we're not gonna get anything out of it. We ain't benefiting out of it because we had to slave train. The Most High made it happen. He made it happen. He said we were gonna serve our 400 years, and damn it, that what he damn mean. We're gonna serve our 400 damn years. And now we passed 400 years. He's slowly coming back. He's slowly coming back. But he only coming back to a handful of us. Cause some of the 1/3 gonna lose their crown too. Cause they wanna come up and damn be and wanna get a deal with these so-called such and such celebrities, trumpet players, musicians, comedians, activists and stuff, fake activists and stuff, and pro-blacks and stuff. All that Black Lives Matter stuff. And Black Lives Matter didn't get none out the deal. They gave it to the damn LGBT community. Or should I say LGBTQ community. The fund came to them. And yeah, they the ones funded it. And Joe Biden got to cut out of $300 million and gave it to the damn LGBT community. With someone with the gay mafia, by the way. And then how come Black Lives Matter, they got nothing but all women on that motherfucker? Ain't nothing but damn women. How come Black Lives Matter, only thing they got is women in the organization? Women. That tell you right there, women don't make good leaders, but they want to be a leader so damn bad. They want to be a damn leader so fucking bad. They can do anything a man can do. They can do better. But how that's working out for you? That Black Lives Matter was a facade. It was created by George Soros, the Zionist man, the devil faggot himself, George Soros. And he funded Black Lives Matter, he funded LGBT community, and he funded Antifa. And he the one orchestrated that shit, that umbrella shit. That was a side move. And plus, it was staged. And plus, you know, they paid a lot of black folks to do that Black Lives Matter too. You thought them black folks that was from your neighborhood wasn't from your neighborhood. They was paid agents. They was working for George Soros to make it seem like they were for black people, but they were killing black folks. They would pretend like they were killing cops. You know they was pawns. That's peons. It was all a publicity to get y'all attention. With that George Floyd shit, that motherfucker. You actually think George Floyd had got killed by that white man? Yeah, him and that white man were best friends. Him, David Shablucha, whatever white cop name was. You think that man actually killed George Floyd? Them motherfuckers in the island right now. They in the island right now, drinking their ass off. Said, man, we fooled them niggas. They thought I really choked that man. It didn't. When you seen the clip, you could tell he didn't really choke him like that. It's like that shit look like it was I can't breathe. How the fuck you can breathe? How the fuck you can say you can't breathe? That man knee wasn't nowhere near his neck. He just put the knee right there like he was choking it, but he wasn't really doing shit. He just sat there. And y'all black folks believe that shit. George Floyd. That was a Masonic impression. That's a size move. And y'all fall for it every damn time. Now Trayvon Martin, he's really actually dead. Trayvon Martin actually dead. Mike Bryan actually dead. Oscar Grant actually dead. Sandra Bland, she actually dead. That girl that poured that damn butter knife out on them kids with bullying her at school, she actually dead. I forgot her name. I had mentioned it on my porch a long time ago. I did something on my porch. I know I mentioned her before. And two girls that just got killed when I had mentioned it recently, about a week ago and stuff. That Madeline Miller, the one from Chicago, yeah, she actually dead. That girl from Fayetteville, North Carolina, Jayla Johnson, the 22-year-old girl, black girl, she actually dead. And they got killed by cops. The cops don't give a fuck about y'all lives, black folks. And y'all keep on forgiving them. Black folks the most forgivingest son of a guns in the god world. No, I mean, let me be blunt with it. Black people are the most forgiving son of bitches in the world, and they the most forgiving and kind motherfuckers in the world. I forgive you whatever you did, but I still forgive you because it's all about love. No, it's not. It's all about recompense. It's about revenge. Ain't all about no goddamn love. Love is death. What that? Oh yeah. By the way, what love got you? Love caused you death, didn't it? I'm sure them two black women that died left and right. I bet it was love at the end when she got killed. The blood of Christ, ain't it? I guess the blood of Christ didn't protect them because your ass died, didn't it? I can say it this way because the Most High don't have pity for that. And just because she's young and a kid, you think the Most High forgive that? The Most High, he'll kill the children too. He said it in scriptures many times. If he kill the siblings, he'll kill the children too. He'll kill your children too. Did you read Hosea 4:6 very carefully? My people are destroyed a lack of knowledge because reject knowledge, and I'm gonna do to them, and I will destroy the children as well. Did you read that? Did you read the rest of it? In Hosea 4 and chapter 4, verse 6. Did you read the rest of it? You just read the part. My people struggle at lack of knowledge. That's the only part you just read. Now you got to read the whole thing. He said, I would destroy you and I would kill the children as well. Did you understand that? Yeah. Oh, you think you thought I ain't read the whole thing. I read that whole thing a long time ago. Y'all just read the beginning part, he said, because the Most High is harsh. The Most High was ruthless. Yahweh ben Yahweh was very rude. Yahweh ben Yahweh, his son that came to the flesh. Paul was ruthless. And that's why the Israelites hated Paul so much, because he taught the Gentiles. Because the Gentiles were ready to hear it. And the Gentiles with the John Brown seed here today. The only brave Caucasian man that fought for the slaves and stuff, the so-called Hebrew black slaves and stuff, well, not so-called, the so-called black people, which are Hebrews. The only person white was killing with the black folks, trying to protect the black folks and keep them slave masters in the plantation was John Brown, which I knew that years ago. I knew that a decade ago. That wasn't that new. I was the first one missing that. John Brown. And the bravest black man, the bravest so-called black man in the world, they tried to turn him to a Christian, and then he had came to his senses and said, beware of false prophets, was Nat Turner. He was the bravest black man back in slavery. Nat Turner. And I mentioned him years ago too, decades ago. I mentioned Nat Turner. He killed them. They tried to say he killed 55 crackers. Now he killed more than 55 because he went to 5 different plantations. He killed at least 5. If they say 55, best believe with 505. Best believe with 505 slave masters and the slave master family and stuff. He killed a lot. They killed a lot of them. They killed a lot of them. He ain't killed no 55. He best believe with 505. Killed him in the plantation. And the only reason they called him because it's always been a snitch in the group. There's always a snitch in the group. Just like today, what they call 911. Back then you called the slave master. Back then you called the slave owner. But now it's called a 911, which is the modern day Ku Klux Klan. But they took the masks off. They took their suits off and joined the police force, called the so-called law enforcement. So-called law enforcement. So-called law enforcement. But you want to sit here and but you want to say that you need reparations. You want to say that they owe you. Actually, they don't really owe you a damn thing. If you look at it, they don't really owe you a damn thing. The only thing they owe us is recompense. And that's kind of, that's better than damn reparations. Recompense. That's better than reparations. Fuck some damn FRNs and some goddamn credit and all that bullshit. Oh, they gave y'all some food and shit. That's not reparations. Reparations is recompense. Reparation is recompense. It's time to get done away with them. Let's put it that way. Done away with them. The hell with them. The hell with them. Let's put it that way. The hell with their life. They took a life, take their life. Eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a life for a life. Let it be even Steve. If you gotta go out like a G, start fighting, start bleeding. Yeah, I'm talking revolutionary so well. Because we want to other go ahead and they do unto you. Vengeance. America started out with violence. It's gonna end with violence. Why you think such destruction gonna happen? You thought you gonna get this out of here scot-free? Thinking, oh, we're gonna live forever. That ain't gonna never happen. They just talking. They've been talking that stuff for such and such, such and such, such and such. But such and such, such and such happening to you right now. It ain't happening to you. It might happen to one of your family members. And now you gotta get right with the Most High Yahweh. Nah, it ain't time to get right. It's time to do more evil, so your act can see that the Most High Yahweh is real. We not. That's why the so-called black man should teach the so-called black man should teach so-called other black people. This book was made for this word, this teaching, this preaching, and writing was meant for the so-called black man. It ain't meant for no damn so-called white man, no so-called Asian man, no so-called Mexican man, Abraham, all of them, no so-called Jewish man as well. Cause y'all all beneath me. Y'all all beneath the real kings, the Hebrew kings, the Israelite kings. Y'all all beneath us. Y'all think y'all got power because y'all America. Nah, Satan gave y'all, he sold you a dream, and he wrote you a check that you couldn't cash. That white privilege is over with. All that white privilege, you think you still got white privilege, so-called Caucasian folks? White privilege is over with. Your kingdom has fallen. It's falling, and it's folding. It's folding every damn day. You just don't want to see it. That's why you going irate. You going irate. You going on a rage. You doing that Karen shit, that middle-aged Karen shit. Yeah. Doing that middle-aged Karen shit. The kingdom is fallen, Gentiles. The 90%. The 10% rocking with us. You don't have power like you thought you did. It's over for you, baby. It's over, Johnny. It's over, Rusty. Just get over yourself. Wipe it off, shake the dust from your feet, and suffer. Like you're doing right now. That's why you run to foreign countries. That's why you're trying to run your ass to the South. Trying to run your ass to Florida and Texas. Trying to run your ass overseas. But you go to the islands, they finna kill you with them bow and arrows, because they ain't finna play with you. Islands don't like white folks. The Somalians don't like white folks. The only person they trying to see, that's why they try to go out. They don't too much try to go to Africa, because Africa don't play that shit. Certain parts of it. Now certain parts of Africa they try to compromise. They try to do that forced democracy. Just like they try to do in Ghana and shit. They kind of conquered Ghana, because they got their military bases over there. Ghana just damn greedy for money. But the kings down there in Ghana, they don't stay in Ghana. They stay in Canada and Britain and stuff. That's why they always run to Canada, where they always run to British or French. France or British. They always run to France and British. With France, they got that American way too. They live by the American way too, because they compromised. That's why anything a so-called Caucasian, so-called Jew folks touch, is always touching evil. Evil always in the twitches. It seems like when they touch it, it seems like them folks go on a spell and they start being programmed all of a sudden. Because it's a spiritual thing. It's not a physical thing. Their spirit is tainted. Their spirit is demonic. It ain't just an entertainer and news anchor thing. It's an individual creature thing. That old blue-eyed pale skin thing. Yeah, where is that blue-eyed pale skin thing Caesar Borgia at? Where you at now? I didn't think so. Where Alexander the Pope at? Where Leonardo da Vinci at? And the Pope France, That motherfucker, he wearing a damn meat suit. He a clone. He a reptile. Queen Elizabeth, she a reptile. And she could be a transgender for all I damn know. Michelle Obama, I know she a transgender. She got a penis. She ain't got a pussy. She got a penis. She ain't got a girl pussy. She got that boy pussy. Her dick down that bigger than mine. No homo now. And Barack Hussein Obama, he just a damn fruity tune queer. Barack Hussein Obama. Joe Biden, he got a mask, he got a meat suit on too. They ain't the real. Joe Biden ain't real. He a clone too. He just a statue of pitifulness. And Donald Trump, he a clone too. They need to turn his remote control off, cause he all over the damn place. Donald Trump is, and Nancy Pelosi, she hides somewhere with her scary ass. She cloned too. And Kamala Harris, whatever her name, Camilla Harris, that Indian slut, she need to sit her ass down because she ain't black. Ho, you have Indian. You Indian, bitch. And you suck dick to get to the Tootsie Roll part, the lollipop. Sit your damn passed away drunk joint ass down. Because you ain't talking about shit either. You might well join these miserable ass 30, 40-year-old, 50-year-old bitches. Because all you motherfuckers dumb as hell, and you got that PhD and said all y'all motherfuckers need to be in a damn club together and say, ain't no man want to be with us. We alone. We getting older. We getting fatter. And our beauty left. Your beauty been left, ho. What the hell you talking about? Your beauty been left. Your beauty been left. You ain't never had it. And Hillary Clinton, I don't know why Bill Clinton took that thing serious. I don't know why Bill Clinton just married son that just to have somebody around that he go fuck them pretty ass hoes on the side. Hillary Clinton just a trophy. She was an ugly thing. I wouldn't be surprised she cloned too. Bill Clinton, I don't think he cloned. If he is, Bill Clinton he is what he is. He ain't nothing but a freak. And he probably slept with some men's too. Some men's too. And George W. Bush was the dumbest president we ever had. Not we, but y'all people. George W. Bush was the dumbest president they had in the last millennium, or last decade. And Reagan, I don't know what to say about that old fool. Reagan and after J. Edgar Hoover took off, J. Edgar Hoover died. Well, J. Edgar Hoover, his gay ass died. Then George Bush Senior, George W. Bush Senior, he was the head of the CIA, and he had something to do with John F. Kennedy's death. He had something to do with him and the Rothschilds. They had something to do with John F. Kennedy's death. John F. Kennedy was the really president. He was the realest president, the realest. Because John F. Kennedy didn't want to sell his soul. He just took the oath. He abided by the oath, but he didn't want to sell out. And that's why he didn't last long. He only stayed in office 2 years. He didn't last long. And when Malcolm X was talking about him, everybody was talking about, it was shocking when Malcolm X was talking about John F. Kennedy. But John F. Kennedy was no better than Martin Luther King. Which I ain't want to mention that motherfucker. I ain't want to mention, let me take the names out. And when John F. Kennedy was talked about and stuff, I'm stay saying him. But John F. Kennedy, when John F. Kennedy they wanted to do the cloning thing and the brotherhood thing, Satan Illuminati thing and depopulating the people with this vaccine shit. Cause they were trying to plan on doing this vaccine shit a long time ago anyway before it started happening. The vaccine shit, the cloning, the robot technology, and trying to see what's on damn planet on the planet and stuff, so they can go to Mars and stuff, which it wasn't no such thing in Mars and all that bullshit. Wasn't no such thing in Mars and all that bullshit and stuff. But let they tell it. Let them motherfuckers tell it. They genius and stuff. Let they tell it. They thought they were genius and stuff. They can get away with it and stuff. Satan instructed them to do that stuff, but at the same time, Satan answers to the Most High as well, and he tell them to do it in order, and that's why everything is in order right now. Why you think the cloning finding out, the entertainers finding out? Why you think about the music industry is found out, and the cloning and the populating the system and stuff found out now? Well, thanks to me in a way, because I exposed it first. I was the first one to expose it first. And that's why they got they was saying the whistleblowers. They kind of was talking about me for real, but I ain't gonna say I'm the only one though. I just say I was one of them. Yeah, I proved it to you already in my poetry. Yeah, that I was the one, the first one to talk about the COVID, and now it's manifesting. Now it's manifesting about the COVID and stuff. They got it from my sources. I was the first one exposed it. And then I kind of talked about it again. They told me, "Oh, you can't talk about that stuff. You make it false damn information about the health organization." Nah, they know I was telling the truth. They didn't want that information to find out. But now it's already out now. Now everybody else is exposing it. Now the doctors and nurses and stuff exposing it now. I don't know if they got the information from me or they just researched it. If they did research it themselves, congratulations to them. The independent nurses and independent doctors and stuff. Shout out to them by the way. And then they were exposed to pharmaceutical and stuff. I just broke it to detail, and they went farther than they kind of went farther than I did with this so-called COVID-19, COVID 2021, COVID 22. Yeah. So we've been here about 63 minutes. I might talk a little bit more. Yeah. Understand that that you gotta quit begging, quit kissing their ass, quit sucking up to your oppressors. They're not for you, they're against you. They only try to give you the things you need because they know it'll make a good profit. They can make a good profit out of it. With the churches, with the corporate America business, with the banks, with the retail stores. You didn't know that, didn't it? Well, now you know now. On the YAH'S podcast show, I always have something interesting to talk about in y'all eyes, but my eyes is common sense. It's common sense. If you don't got that, kick yourself in the head. Kick yourself in the head. Yeah. I ain't know I can go that long, but yeah, I had to go long today. Cause black folks gotta understand. Black folks listen to my voice right now. Quit begging these motherfuckers for a goddamn reparation. You're never gonna get it. They tried that shit in the 90s. They tried that shit in the 80s. It's not working. You just gotta be your own entrepreneur, be your own trendsetter. Create things. Make a job. Make the job. And let's get this correctly too. We're not talking about that black economist, black bank, and black stores and stuff. We're not talking about that shit. They talk about that. They've been talking about that shit for damn 30, 40 years, and nothing was accomplished yet. Cause they abide by the rules where they the oppressor when they took their oath, Satan's oath. Oh, they're not gonna tell you that. You know why they can't tell you that? Because it's messing up their money. And you breaking that oath. You breaking the oath because you're not a part of the oath. But if they break the oath, they get punished for it. But if I break their oath and stuff, I ain't a part of that team, so I can do that. I can break their oath. Cause they abide by the rules of playing the game. Cause they trapped in the game. They trapped this facade that they doing this, they doing that, they making things happen. But they're not making things happen. No, they're not making things happen. They making things happen behind your back. But you don't know who they got it from. They getting paid by the rabbis to keep their mouth shut and just say, you could say some truth, but kind of come around, kind of turn back, make a U-turn and philosophize with them, tell them some shit that they want to hear. That's what they want. And I mentioned that before. I mentioned them four names before, but I ain't gonna mention it here today and stuff. Yeah, that's what they instruct them to do. And ain't all of them playing ball now? All of them playing ball now. Most of them that was talking all that truth and stuff, and now they playing ball now. And now you see them in events here and there, and they'll come to your town acting like they care for you black people. No, they getting paid off you black people. The token niggas. Them token Negroes you see out there. I ain't got to mention their name because you already know who they are. Well, I already know who they are. Them token niggas. Them token niggas that's set up by slave master to deceive you, to make it seem like they care for you, they gonna be there for you, and then when you need they ain't nowhere to be found. And then you call them, they lying busy. But they so spiritual and righteous, right? With suits on. You can't believe a motherfucker with suits on. Why you believing these fools with suits on for anyway? They full of it. Y'all gotta stop this. We need this, we need that. Fuck a black economist. Fuck a black bank. Fuck a black stores. We can do that online. If you put your mind into it. Quit waiting on everybody else to make the decision for you and go on out there and do it. Be good, be creative. Be unique at things. Make soap. Make make books. Make soap. Make damn plants and stuff. Make something that the people like, your own kind, and do it for your own kind. And do it privately. Don't let everybody know what you're doing. Because every black person ain't gonna be happy for you. A lot of black people want to see you fail. A lot of black people want to see other black people fail. They ain't happy for you. They mad because they come with no idea like that. They mad because they think you're coming for you. That's that slave mentality. The slave mentality. Willie Lynch taught them a lot. Willie Lynch brainwashed them motherfuckers so good since the 1700s. Make them think that if your own kind is doing this to you, if they trying to come up and trying to be their own people, they coming up for you. They trying to make it seem like, oh, you did, yeah, I'm doing this and your ass ain't doing nothing. Make them, they trying to play you. See, that's how black folks think about each other. But when white folks play their ass, oh, well, as long as they got the stuff I want. But if so-called Asian folks told you, hurry up, buy it. You cause trouble, buy it. And quit, you got to have a correct chain, quit short chain. Bring, bald head, you got my money, you got no money, get out my store. That's what them so-called Asian folks gonna tell you, black ass. Especially buying all that fake ass horse hair and fake ass micro braids and shit. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta realize that this is not for you. The truth is not for you. If it ain't for you, don't jump in this real truth. If you ain't spiritual, don't try to pretend like you're spiritual. If you ain't righteous, quit trying to try to act like you're righteous, but you're unrighteous. If you just, let them stay just. If they have a hear, let them hear. Only a handful. Mm-hmm. Yeah, black folk gotta understand that you're Hebrew, you're Israelite, but mostly all so-called black people are Hebrews, but some of us are Israelites and stuff. But so-called black people don't want to hear that. That's why you got to put it in the book, if they buy it or not. And yeah, because don't write the books for, if you writing books and stuff, independent stuff. Do not write for don't not write for the men. Write for the women. The women will buy your shit more than the men will buy your shit. Cause the women say they're visionary. They want to see what you about. They want to see how interested you is. If you create up the stuff like poetry books or music and stuff like that. Women will buy your shit more than guys will, because guys only buy if they see women buy it, or women want to buy it, the dude buy it for them. Dudes only want they only want to read magazines about Hollywood, and they only want to buy material things like Ferraris and Bugattis and buy a damn mansion and stuff, and blow their money on some nasty ass strippers. That's what a lot of guys like to do. They don't like to buy that. They don't like to buy that construction, unique and creative, unless they see women buy it or purchases and stuff. Do not, if you rapping, if you're doing books, if you're doing entrepreneur, do not do it for these niggas. Do it for the females. Yeah. Don't do it to impress them. Do it for them, because they gonna be more interested than men are. Not to say dude want to buy your shit, but women buy your shit more, because women like to be multitasking. They like to be multitasking. They like to do 3 or 4 things at one time, and that's how they are. That's how females are. Guys have a one-track mind a lot of times. Dudes have a one-track mind a lot of times. Yeah. And the main one begging for reparations are broke folks. It's always the broke black folks. They wasn't begging for reparations. The one that got them kids on damn welfare, or getting any type of government assistance. Stop relying on the government so damn much. Now you got to rely on the government, because a lot of times, a lot of people, they won't hire a lot of people. You thinking them jobs really hiring? No, they not. That's another bogus scandal. Oh, every job hiring now. Now they want to pay 13, 14 hours. That's a damn lie. They're gonna pay you the same amount of money they've been paying you, $10 an hour, $11 an hour. They ain't hiring like that, like you think they are. That's another facade. Them jobs ain't hiring like that. That's another facade. It's not true. That's a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of bullshit. It ain't nothing but a bunch of bullshit. That's all it is, a bunch of bullshit. That's all it is, a bunch of bullshit. Then got these yeah. And yeah, some people might got to rely on the government for real, because some try to get a job. They don't want to go through the program, but they want to get a job on their own, and they won't give it to them. It ain't because you got felonies and misdemeanors and all that shit. Nah, it's just because they bias like that. They bias like that. They picky like that. And that's why you got certain guys that work at places like the deli, making cakes and stuff. They got jobs like that, and they got jobs like don't pay shit. And that's why they're struggling. It ain't because they trying to struggle. It's just how the way it is. Some of them will take a job like that and quit it. Some of them don't want a job at all. They ain't trying to get a job. We're not talking about them type of people. I mean, we talking about them type of people. We ain't talking about them type of people that trying to get a job. I don't try to give them a restaurant job or a daily cooking cake, but they ain't paying shit. Make you work like a slave, but they ain't paying shit. But when they got to pay you more, that's when they start getting mad and tripping and stuff. The so-called Caucasian cracker man. When he got to pay you more, he upset. He so mad and shit. But when he paying you less money, like general labor and shit, paying you like $10, $11 an hour, then he work your ass to death. Then he want to work your ass to death then for a little pay. Only people that need that type of job, that type of money, are young folks. Young folks between the age of 14 to 17. They need them type of minimum wage jobs. Them $10, $11 hours. That's what they need. People in their late 20s and early 30s don't need them type of jobs. They need jobs work at the honey plant for like 15 on up an hour, 15 to damn $30 an hour. They need jobs like that. The people in their mid-20s, they late 20s, early 30s, going on 40s. They need them jobs working 15 to $30 an hour, and you can do that without finishing school. Keep them jobs for a while, at least a year or two. Well, if it was me, I ain't gonna say me, I'm gonna just say anybody else. Keep them jobs for at least a year or two, and damn start your own business. Yeah, keep them jobs for a year or two, start your own business. Not right now. Can't do that right now. They'll call me later. I'm very busy right now. I don't like, yeah. Anyway, yeah. Start your own business. Do your own thing. Create your own jobs. Yeah, cause pretty soon I'm gonna start. I think pretty soon I'm gonna start I'm gonna start just going back doing 15-minute shows. Then going back to 15-minute shows for right now. I don't know when, but might be by beginning of August. I think I'm gonna just start back doing 15-minute shows. I'm gonna start back doing that again. Start back doing 15-minute shows. Yeah, you gotta call me back later, dude. Yeah. Always catch me when I'm in the middle of something. Ain't all gonna be on this on 80 minutes. Yeah, I might talk a little bit more in a minute. Just bear with me. I see a lot of people like me doing longer shows, because they more pay attention when I do longer shows than shorter shows. Because at first I wanted to do more shorter shows, and then when I started doing longer shows, I realized people paying attention to me more when I do longer shows than the shorter shows. But don't let the shorter show fool you, because there's a lot of information out there too. There's a lot of information out of 15 minutes too, or 20 minutes and stuff. Yeah, do longer shows. Yeah, you might be more interested, which it's a good thing that you are. Sometimes don't hide yourself. Don't hide yourself. Don't hide yourself though. Comment sometimes you can, you can't. You don't know what to say. You can agree to it or disagree to it. I ain't gonna get mad about it. I just read the comment and stuff. Yeah. Or you can email me at yvessel3@gmail.com. yvessel3@gmail.com. Yeah. Yeah, cause now this show I'm gonna have to do some things. Yeah. Yeah, I had to be a little longer with this because black folks don't understand that you don't need reparations and stuff. You don't need it. Yeah, you don't need reparations. You didn't get it in the 80s. You didn't get it in the 90s. Hell, you're not gonna get it today. Hell, you're not gonna get it right now. What you gonna do? Bum rush the White House? They got the damn secret. They got Secret Service all over that place. Yeah, Secret Service a part of that Masonic world too. Masonic Lodge, the Masonic Lodge and stuff, and the sororities and the fraternities. They're part of that Masonic world too. Just go get my book and find that out. My first book, Change the Truth into Reality. It's only $5 on some sites, about $7 on another site. It might be the highest. I think it was 10. Nah, the highest I seen was 20. But you can get it for cheap or sale. And then if you don't want the book, you can take it back and whatever and stuff. If you want the book, keep it. You're home to enjoy. If you get bored or you got some time to yourself to relax and stuff. I think it's the longest I ever did a show. No, I did a show for 85 minutes before when I did the topic called self-love. What is self-love? Go check that out on my radio and stuff. And so yeah. Oh yeah. You're not gonna ever be satisfied here in America, so-called America. If the best thing for so-called black people to do is go to leave the country. But they ain't gonna want you to leave the country because you're beneficial to them. You're beneficial to them. Without so-called black people, the music industry won't survive. Without the so-called black people, the news anchor won't survive. Without the so-called politics, without the so-called black people in politics, the politics won't survive. Without the so-called corporate America, without the so-called black people into corporate America won't survive. Without the so-called Without the so-called cloning world, without so-called black people in the cloning world, the cloning world wouldn't survive. Without the music, well, I said the music, without the book industry, without being an author, so-called black people author wouldn't survive. And they buying them views, they buying them damn numbers on them books. When they say the best book selling author, they buying that shit. Ain't nobody buying them books like that. The elites buying all that shit to make it seem like they're the best seller because them folks sold their soul. Them folks sold their soul. You ain't finna get no clean sled, being a bad book seller, author, number one bad book seller, all of that, because people buying it. No, they ain't nobody buying them books like that. That's all a game. That's all a facade. That's a stunt. Your records ain't selling like that. They buying your records. Cause long as you took their oath, took Satan oath, and being a soul seller, they doing that shit. And that's what people in the 60s and 70s, then they didn't go all the detail. They just talk about one area, but they didn't talk about all areas like I'm doing. They talked about one area. Say they just talked about the music industry. So they just talked about the politics, politics and stuff. They not talk about the music industry until the later 2000s. And then modern day time, we getting closer. We talking about every other aspect and areas and stuff. Without the so-called black people being in the boxing world, the boxing world wouldn't survive. MMA and all that stuff wouldn't survive without so-called black people. It was mainly so-called black men. Yeah, without the sports industry, without the so-called black people in the sports industry, the sports industry wouldn't survive. With the so-called tennis and the so-called Olympics, without the so-called black people in them field, the tennis and the Olympics and the tennis players wouldn't survive. They need us because we are beneficial to them. Let's say all black folks go to Africa or go to Ghana or go to Nigeria. White folks and everybody wouldn't survive here. You know why? Because they ain't got no talent and they don't got no history. They the only ones in the world white folks, the so-called white people and the so-called Jewish people, the only people in the world don't got history. Arabs got history. Africans got history. Indians got history. Mexicans got history. Haitians got history. But why would you want to be like somebody that don't have history? You got to think about that. And then they get so sensitive when you expose that to their ass. You tell them they ain't got no history, they get mad. Oh, well, there you go again with all that bullshit. Shut your damn mouth. The history says shut up because you ain't got none. Because you ain't got none. You ain't got no damn history. You don't have a history whatsoever. But as long as they tell it, they got some history. No, as long as they damn tell it. As long as they tell it, they forefather built this nation. Your forefather didn't do nothing but rape, rob, and stole. From the Navy Indians to the so-called black people. You stole from us too. Because we was here for the Navy Indians. And the Navy Indians had us in slavery too. So I don't give them a pass like that either, the Navy Indians. They had us in slavery too. So-called Asian folks had us in slavery too. The only group of people that didn't have us in slavery was the so-called Russian people. The Russians didn't have us in slavery because at one time the Russians was all dark-skinned people. Did you know that? Them European Russians today, back in centuries ago, the Russians was all dark-skinned people. They was all black. Did you know that? Like the so-called Asian people, they was all black. They just had big nose. with peanut head, but they were black. So-called Asian people were black at one time. The so-called Russian people were black at one time, but Russia didn't have her in slavery. The Asians did, but they not to see the shim, they to see the ham. Don't get that twisted. To see the shim are so-called black individuals. To see the shim, it's so-called black individuals. Every other seed was a part of ham. Like the so-called Asian people, before they came European skin, they got whited out. They got whited out and turned European. So-called Arab people, they were dark skinned at one time till they turned European. They got whited out. And the so-called Russian people, they got whited out too. So-called Native Indians, they got whited out. The so-called Egyptian people got whited out. With the so-called Ethiopians. But you got some Ethiopians still dark skinned and stuff too. They got whited out. Did they ask for reparations? Hell nah. They had went to war. Real war. Not about them damn Confederate flags, because them Confederate flags are white supremacists. The Confederate flags and all that, pledge of allegiance to the flag. They marked the slaves with that shit. And black people still pledged it to the allegiance. What you pledged to? To white supremacists? Taking a knee. That's taking a dive. That's a brotherhood move. Can Capulet did, that's a brotherhood move. And he part of that Greek family too. And he a cocky bond child, so why take him serious? Which I knew that was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. But why take him serious? Why are you taking that guy serious? Yeah, this is a long show I did so far. I'm gonna get out here in 3 minutes. So yeah, we're gonna get out here in 3 minutes. Yeah. We beg for knee folk, that folk, and then you think because they took a knee, they standing up for you. That's an illusion. They're doing it to get a favor from the Brotherhood of Masonic. That's all it really was. That's all it really was. You thought they was for you? No, they was against you. They wasn't for you. They act like they was for you, but they went the other way when that money came. So when he supported my family stuff, yeah, he wrote you a check. Yeah, he might wrote you a check. He ain't give you no money out of his pocket. He might have bought some out of his black card. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Colin Kaepernick. I know that. Yeah, and then you got some of these damn NFL players. They taking a knee as well. Them the ones are part of the brotherhood. You know, some of them NFL players are. You know, some of them guys you think guys they transgender women, and some of them transgender women some of them women you think women they transgender men. You know, Serena Williams is transgender, right? Serena Williams, everybody thinks she got a big butt. Yeah, she got a bit musty man butt too, 'cause that's a man. So Serena Williams, she's a man, transgender man, and Venus Williams, she a transgender woman. But they try to say, well, I heard Serena Williams, she was born out her father's stomach. That's a Photoshop picture. But we ain't gonna get there with them. Yeah. You know, Beyonce a transgender too. Megan Thee Stallion, transgender. Cardi B just a stinking asshole. I ain't about to stand her. But anyway, let me go and get out of here. And black folks, don't forget, no reparations. Recompense. They say no justice, no peace. No right, no justice, no peace. That tell you right there, you're never gonna get it in this country. And no lives matter. So I'm gonna get out of here. And about right now, all the glory, all the praise go to Father Yahweh, Son Yahweh ben Yahweh, King White Vessel, aka Yahweh Vessel. Sign on www.spreaker.com. Barakatah, favor and peace. Out of here.